I am so annoyed by this entire situation, and it is so irritating that I have to keep talking about this because it seems that some of you just don't get it yet. So, here goes. So today, this year's VMA nominations were released. Taylor Swift and Nicki Minaj were both nominated for Anaconda and Bad Blood, respectively. Nicki Minaj felt some type of way because her video for Anaconda wasn't nominated for Best Choreography or for Video of the Year. If you've seen the Anaconda video, this is probably confusing to you. The Anaconda video was everywhere this past year, whether it was a think piece, a parody, a reenactment, or a nightly news talking point. The video had major cultural impact for its message, its sexual nature, and its choreography. The video even broke the Vivo record for most views in 24 hours, racking up 19.6 million clicks within the first day of its release. So, Nicki took to Twitter and said this: "When other girls drop a video that breaks records and impacts culture, they get that nomination." This is true. Just take a look at some of the past nominees. Britney Spears for Toxic, Gwen Stefani for Holla Back Girl, Shakira for Hips Don't Lie, Amy Winehouse for Rehab, Lady Gaga, Adele, Iggy Azalea, Beyonce, Taylor Swift. I mean, the list of groundbreaking women in music who have been nominated for this award, who dropped earth-shattering music videos, just goes on for days. So, why not Nicki? Well, Nicki had some thoughts. If I was a different kind of artist, Anaconda would be nominated for Best Choreo and Video of the Year as well. If your video celebrates women with very slim bodies, you will be nominated for Video of the Year. So what exactly does Nicki mean by this? Let me explain. You see, contrary to popular belief, Anaconda isn't really about a boy toy named Troy who used to live in Detroit. Now, while those lyrics are hilarious, what they actually do is serve as a backdrop to a larger conversation about thicker women, especially thicker women of color like Nicki Minaj, who more often than not are not celebrated in mainstream media the same way that thin women are, especially thin white women. And historically speaking, black women tend to get the shortest end of the stick when it comes to this issue. Just Google search Sarah Bartman for a brief history on that. Nicki then went on to say this: "Black women influence pop culture so much, but are rarely rewarded for it." This is also true. Just ask the Grammys. Now, nowhere in Nicki's tweets did she say that any of the other female artists who were nominated didn't deserve their nominations. She just felt that as a black female artist, whose intention is always to uplift other females, especially black females, that she was being unjustly overlooked. That's not a stance that I'm gonna argue with. With that being said, I find it very confusing as to why Taylor Swift decided to get on Twitter and say this: "I've done nothing but love and support you. It's unlike you to pit women against each other. Maybe one of the men took your slot." Really? Really? Far too often, when people of color express how we feel about the way we are treated and viewed in this world, we get dismissed as just being angry. We get told to shut up and just accept the status quo. And that's exactly what's happening here. And what makes this even worse is the fact that Taylor Swift is making this about her, when in actuality it has nothing to do with her. Seems that a lot of you felt the same way. Regardless of what you think of Nicki's music, she rides for women and black girls. She always talks about female empowerment and media sexism. I'm so tired of white people skating over the point and making blacks the villains. I don't care if it is a VMA. To unequivocally benefit from a system and then smoothly tell those being disadvantaged by it to be quiet? No. Now, I'm not saying that Taylor Swift is a racist. That's not a word I throw around lightly. And it very well may be that Taylor Swift is unaware of the racial, cultural, feminist, and black feminist history that I've barely even touched on here. But her ability to not know can only be chalked up to white privilege, and that is the problem. White privilege protects white people from knowing of, interacting with, and experiencing the problems and issues that Nicki was actually talking about. No matter how many times people of color have publicly expressed these concerns over no matter how many decades, white people have always been able to say, "I didn't know." Because as I said before, our concerns generally get dismissed and we're told to shut up because we're just angry. And you know what? We are angry. We have every right to be. And we're going to continue to be angry until we no longer have a reason to be angry. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the whole Nicki Taylor Swift VMA fiasco. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure to watch the VMAs Sunday, August 30th on MTV, 8 o'clock. And I will see you next time.